Hello, my name is Dustin Barry and I have cerebral palsy. In this video, I'm going to actually tell you a little about that, and why I'm making this video is because so you understand a little bit more about cerebral palsy and then how it affects me specifically, and how I actually the key word would be is compensate for it. You have to compensate for something if you have a problem for it, so you can still continue with your life as best as you can. Now, cerebral palsy, just so you know, is spasticity of the, well, one type is, I know, it's spastic cerebral palsy. And that's the part I have. I know there's other types out there. Cerebral palsy is spasticity with what I have, spasticity of the muscles. All your muscles are always tight, and your muscles, you know, when you go to, like, for example, do something like reach out and grab something, your muscle control is there. Like, you can go ahead and pick up a cup of water that's not very heavy very easily, and without thinking about it, normally you can just go ahead and process picking up the water and not spilling it everywhere, because your brain can process the momentum you pick up the cup and that sort of thing that would affect your motor skills. Well, with cerebral palsy, the problem with our coordination, or my coordination, at least I can say, is the fact that everything in life has a 1 to 10 scale as far as movement speed. When you go get a bag of chips from the cabinet, your movement speed is 1 to 10 on how fast you get those chips. Meaning, like, are you in a hurry to get them? Are you running? Are you walking very slowly? Well, my movement speed is very fast, and I have to actually slow myself down because I get tired very quickly. For some reason, I don't think about things like in a real-time time frame. I think of them in like a linear, you know, movement after movement time frame. Like, get the chips, go watch TV, like you know, go drive to Walmart, or go pick up my brother, or you know, go to my girlfriend's house, or that sort of thing. You know, I think of things I'm gonna do, and then I try to do them as fast as I can. I wear myself out because I don't actually think about myself doing them, so I don't concentrate when I'm actually doing that specific activity. I just do it as fast as I can to get it over with. So I have to put myself in the moment and slow myself down so I can do that activity better. And, like, for example, when I go get the glass of water I actually have to go ahead and think for a second. When I grab that water, I want to grab it as slowly as I can. Well, you know, not as slowly, but pretty slow, so I don't spill that water. Most people don't have to think about that, but we do, because we have poor muscle control. People with cerebral palsy, as long as they have at least a mild case like I do. And also, I take, as far as my prescription medications, I am on Xanaflex. Xanaflex controls muscle spasms. It also controls, it helps with dexterity a little bit. You're, you know, able to reach out sometimes because your muscles are less, you know, what's the word? Spastic, I guess. And I take baclofen. Baclofen's also another muscle relaxer that, you know. So it's because if you relax the muscles, it forces you to go slower, so you do a better job at things. You'd be surprised the things that people take for granted. Let me give you a few ideas. Like, you know, like when you walk in the mall, like, you know, you walk for half an hour, you know, you're kind of winded or whatever, but you get over it, and you just keep walking, you know, it doesn't bother you that much. But when I walk in the mall, I actually have to concentrate to walk slowly, so that way I don't get wore out as quickly, because my muscles and my hamstrings and my legs are very tight. When I walk, I get tired easy, and I actually, you know, I have to control my walking speed so I don't actually wear myself out, because I'm trying to go too fast again. And then also brushing my teeth. I know a lot of people probably, you know, when they pick up their toothbrush, they don't think about, okay, I'm holding a toothbrush in my hand, I'm going to put it on my gum line, and I'm going to brush it slowly, but not too harshly, so I don't hurt the gum. Well, I actually have to pick up my toothbrush and think about what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I can't just put the toothbrush in my mouth and brush, because my natural reaction on that lead scale on 0 to 10 is to brush at a 10 without thinking. I actually have to monitor my brushing at a 5, you know what I mean, or a 4 sometimes. So, I mean, you have to, you know, I have to look at that scale all the time when I'm doing things, because if I don't think about it, I just do it full force, and you know, it makes abrasions in the gums, and makes your dental health really bad, and So I finally figured it out. So my dental health is actually pretty good right now. So it just took figuring out what my problem was. And since I have a cerebral palsy, I have to monitor my movements a little bit better. So basically, control speed of what you're doing. Probably I'm talking too fast in this video, so I'm just trying to slow myself down. I get tired very easily. I don't take naps. I just get physically tired and have to sit down sometimes. I do take naps sometimes, but very rarely. And everybody usually has some form of defect on them. You know, sometimes it's a disability, sometimes it's imperfection of some type. And there's nothing wrong with having a disability or an imperfection. It's just the fact that you can like yourself. The most important thing is to realize that you like yourself, so other people will like you too. And the fact that respect yourself for who you are and be everything that you can be in life. Because why should you let something hold you back when, you know, you have the ability to go ahead and compensate for something? You know what I mean? Like, let me give you an example. I have most people with cerebral palsy. This is, if you Google it, it's a high percentage. It's like something like above 50 or something. Have a lazy eye, but look at my left eye. It's I have a stigmatism problem, and then and it moves on its own. So basically, my eye is kind of over here doing whatever it wants to do, and I'm just using my right eye really. So how does that affect me? Well, when I'm driving, because I drive a car, I love my Ford Focus. My dad helped me get it with the loan and stuff, and I love my dad. And with my Ford Focus, when I get in my car, I have a rear view mirror like everybody else, but my rear view mirror is like a clip-on. It's like 4 times the size of a normal mirror. That way I don't have to check or turn my head for my blind spots, because I'm basically almost blind in my left eye almost when it comes to focusing. So when I am able to look in the mirror and see with my right eye, my blind spot on my left side, I know I'm good to go because my mirror is big enough that I can do that. And it's a clip-on. So anybody that wants to drive with cerebral palsy, give it a shot. It's a good idea. It worked for me. And that's why I'm making this video, to give little tips. And people with cerebral palsy, if you have trouble brushing your teeth like I do, and your gums are always white or red, or just try to think about it for a second when you're brushing. It's just what I do when I'm brushing my teeth is I just pretend that I'm brushing them as light as I can. Like I said, I'm going to try to brush my teeth. I'm going to do it as gentle, as light as I can, and really think about and relax my arm when I'm doing it, so that way I'm not tearing up my gum line. And then once you do that, you start to realize your gums start turning the correct color again, and you'd be surprised how quickly it fixes itself, and how your mouth feels a lot better too. And then also, I drool sometimes, and or because I have cerebral palsy, because my body doesn't actually know how to control saliva flow. It doesn't overproduce, but it doesn't know how to handle it as well as a normal person. So I try to compensate for that. Hopefully this camera is pointed at the right angle. I try to compensate for that, the flow control. I do that by swallowing extra. And I often have to carry something with me to wipe in my mouth sometimes, because unfortunately when you're not concentrating, and because we have to concentrate a lot on what we're doing, when we're doing stuff like the average person doesn't have to monitor the saliva level. They just automatically swallow correctly, and as it goes down. So if I lose concentration on my saliva level, which I'm sure you can imagine, when you're doing stuff, I just have to remember, if I get some on my little on my chin, I just have to wipe it off. And do I like my life with cerebral palsy? Yes, I love it. You know why? Because I'm comfortable with being me, and you just have to find a way in life and being comfortable. So basically what I'm saying is, live life to the fullest. If you have a problem, try to compensate for it. Love all your friends and your family. And then try to do something every day that makes you happy, because you have control of all your activities every single day at any moment in time. If you don't want to do an activity, you don't have to. But if you want to do that activity and just do it better, just do it very slowly. And that's what I do, and it makes me happier, and it makes me very less tired. And my vocal cords, they get tired easily when I talk and stuff. And so basically, I do have downfalls, but at the same time, I'm happy, I'm humble, I'm smart, and I'm good at computers, because most people that have a handicap are probably good at computers, because they're not good at football. They're probably more they're more better at doing stuff sitting down. So I mean, do I love my life? Yes. Do I love to have a cerebral palsy? Not always, but is it something that you grow with? Yes. You grow with it, you realize you have it, you understand it, you don't hate it, you accept it. It's not like you're you're like terminally ill, where you're, you know, it's not progressively worse. You just realize what your limits are. I mean, do you complain every day that you can't play basketball like Michael Jordan? No. I mean, why would some people even want to play like him because he's really good, but some people just don't like basketball, you know what I mean? So just because another person has different limits because they have, you know, other specifications, let's say, doesn't always make you any less different or any less quality of a person because you do things a little differently. You just have to find out what works best for you. I hope this video has helped some of you, and people that don't know what cerebral palsy is, it has educated some of you. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.